Welcome to Shiksharthi, and today's our topic is sets, relations and functions under modern mathematics. So what is a set? A set is a collection of elements. Like I can say a set here as P with elements A, E, I, O, U as elements. So I can say this is a set with element A, element E, element I, O and U. So this set has got 5 elements. This is one type of presentation for set, which we call it as roster form. And another type of presentation, we can use a circle to represent a set with A, E, I, O, U as elements in that. So that is a set P, and this is again we can call it as set P. Same set we can represent in two different ways. There is one more method which is called as set builder form. Even that way we can represent it, but that is rarely useful for us. Okay, so these are the two the varieties of sets. Some other examples, friends. Here you can see a collection of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set of 5 elements, natural numbers. We can say set of whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3. These are set of whole numbers. This we can call it as set of prime numbers 4, 5 and so on. So you can see I have defined every set has got a different definition here. That has got a definition. Different set of elements are present in this set of vowels. This we call it as set of natural numbers up to 5. Set of whole numbers up to 3. Set of prime numbers up to 5. Okay, so like that we can define the set. So set is nothing but collection of elements. Now in this there are certain types of sets we have. If you see the first one I start with is null set. What is a null set? Null set is a set with 0 elements in it. That means there will be no element. It will be empty set, you can say. This is called as a null set. Okay, and you can represent null set by taking 2 flower brackets, empty flower brackets, or else you can use a symbol called pi. So this will represent a null set. Null set means a set with 0 elements. There will be no elements present in the set. These are called 2 types of things. Next, further moving on, let us see other types of examples or definitions here. The next one is finite set. What is a finite set? What is meant by the word finite? Finite means limited. So if you have a set with limited number of elements, we call it as finite set. Okay, like for example, if I use again the same example of vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Do we have any more vowels here in English alphabets? No, we have exactly 5 alphabets. So I say set of vowels is finite set. We have exactly 5 elements in that set. There is no infinite. Okay, if you look at it, this one, infinite set. If I say a set of natural numbers. Now what is natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on. So we cannot have an end for this set, and we don't know exactly how many elements will fall in that set. We call it as infinite set. So it goes by the name itself, finite set, where we'll have limited number of or finite number of elements. Whereas infinite set, there is no end. One more example of infinite set is whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. There is no end for this. So there are infinite number of elements in that particular set. We call it as infinite set. Okay. So let us move on to next point here. Finite and infinite sets. Cardinality of a set. Let us see what is cardinality of the set. Cardinality of the set represented by, you can see here, it is n of a. And in a very simple way to define this, cardinality of a set means it will tell you how many elements are there in the set. So we have already started with, suppose A as a set with only 1, 2, 3, 4 as elements. So n of a, cardinality of this set will be 4. And in the previous example P, set of vowels A, E, I, O, U. we can see 5 elements here. So this is called n of p, which is 5. So cardinality of the set P is 5. So what will be cardinality of empty set? The cardinality of empty set will be 0. So what is cardinality, friends? Cardinality will represent the number of elements in a particular set. So I can see the example here, we have 4 elements, so cardinality is 4. Here we have 5 elements, cardinality is 5. Here we have 0 elements. We all know null set is 0 elements. We all know null set with empty braces. Okay. So pi, n of pi is equals to 0. Now if you look at the next definition here, it is called singleton set. What is singleton set? A set with only one element. Only one element, singleton set. So that means a set with only one element. For example, if I say there is a set called B which represents even prime numbers. So what is even prime? We have only even prime, that is 2. We all know that. So here n of B or cardinality of B is how much? 1. Such sets we call it as singleton set. Singleton set means a set with only one element or a unique element. Only one element we have there in the set. So entire set is representing with only one element. Okay. So that is called singleton set. Let us move on to other types of sets here. Other types of sets. Here we have certain definitions that we'll try to understand, and that is something called as equal set. The first one is equal set. What is equal set? Suppose we have a set P with 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is another set called Q, which is again we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these two sets we can call it as equal sets. So the number of elements here is same as the number of elements, and the elements also must be same elements. Remember, we cannot have A, B, C, D here and we can say the two sets are equal sets. Okay. So elements, same elements if you find in two sets, the two sets are said to be equal sets. Number of elements must be same, and all the elements in P must be there in all the elements in Q, and all the elements as Q must be same as all the elements of P. So elements must be same, number of elements must be same. Then we can call it as equal set. Okay. The next one is subset. Now what is a subset, friends? Subset means, suppose we have a B as a set with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and A as a set with 1, 2 and 3. Then all the elements of A are there in B. We can call it as A is a subset of B. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a set B, in which 1, 2, 3 are there in A. A is a small set within B. Then we can call it as A is a subset of B. Subset. This A is a subset of B. This is called subset here. And this one is called superset. That means all the elements of A have to belong to B, and B should have at least one element more than A, then B is said to be a superset. I repeat my sentence, B have at least one element more than A and all the elements of A must be there in B, then we can call B as a superset. So how do we write B as superset? We can also write here B is a superset of A. This is another way of presenting this. A is a subset of B, B is a superset of A. Okay, this is the same thing. Here we can also understand when I say A is a subset of B, suppose if I write A is a subset or equal to B, that means all the elements of A or all the elements of B must be equal to the elements of B. All the elements of A must be equal to the elements of B. Suppose if I have A with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I have A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I can say A is a subset or equal to B. So in that way we can use this definition. Subset means a small set which is present in the big set. Okay, simple words. Now let us move on to next type of definitions or type of things we need to understand here. So what is a subset? What is a proper subset? Let us understand even that part. Proper subsets. What is proper subset? Suppose we have a set called A with elements 1, 2, 3, First, let me write all the subsets in there. What are the subsets we'll get? For any set, empty set or null set is definitely a subset. Then we have 1, a set with only 2, a set with only 3 is possible. Next, there can be a set with 1 and 2. There can be a set with 2 and 3. There can be a set with 3 and 1. And there can be a set of 1, 2 and 3. Now remember, these are all subsets. These are all subsets. So if you observe, in the set of subsets, we have empty set, which is subset of all the sets. Empty set is a subset of every set. And the same set of elements, if you have this set, is also a subset of the A. So this is A. A is a subset of A. Every set is a subset of itself. Here, what is proper set subset here, if I see? This is list of all the subsets. Now, when I say it's a list of all the subsets, friends, we need to understand how many subsets I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So it depends on how many elements the number of subsets will come. I'll quickly take one more example here. If I take a set with A and B as a set. Now what are the subsets possible here? One is empty set, which is a subset of every set. Second, A alone, A is a set. With element B alone is a set. With elements A and B as a subset. So you can see empty set and the same set itself are subsets. Apart from that, we got 2 more, total 4. Here, that depends on number of elements, we get number of subsets. So what is the formula to find out the number of subsets? That's important. Here, n of A, that is cardinal number, is 3, as we can see. Cardinal number is 3. So the formula to find number of subsets is 2 to the power of n. For in this case, it is 2 to the power of 3, 8. So what is 3 here? Number of elements, cardinal number here. N means cardinal number. Similarly here, n of B is equals to 2 and the number of subsets is 2 to the power of n as a formula, which is 2 square 4. So you can say it has got 4 subsets here in this case. So these all represents subsets. Now what is proper subset, friends? Proper subset says other than this self set, other than this as a same set, if you remove, rest of all the sets are called as proper subsets. Definition here is all the sets, or you can say we should have all the sets which not take all the elements of the main set here. So in that case, it is said to be a proper subset. For example, if I remove this and this, you can say the same set if I remove, the same set if I remove. So all these, if you observe, the other way of defining the proper subset is, you can see all these sets, we have at least one element in B which is not there in these sets. If I remove this, how do we define here? In all these sets, there is at least one element in A which is not there in these sets. So such all sets are called as proper subsets. Okay. So proper subsets, what is the formula to find the proper subsets? Out of the list of all the subsets possible, I should eliminate the last one. Out of the list of all the subsets possible, I should remove the last one. So formula for power set is 2 to the power of n minus 1. What is this formula for? Number of subsets. This formula is for number of subsets. Okay. So here we should remember, what is number of subsets and now what is proper subsets here. Okay. There is a difference. If I eliminate the same set, you can see, you can eliminate this and say it's a proper subset. Okay. Now power of a set. What is a power of a set here? A power of a set, how do we define? How many subsets he got here, friends? 4. That is called power of a set. So P of B means power of a set. I repeat, sorry. Power of a set, P of B is nothing but power of a set. power of set B. And how many subsets we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is called power of a set. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 we got. So power of a set for A is P of A here is 8. So you can say power of a subset means, see the definition here. What is definition of power of a set? The number of possible subsets is called as power of a set. Okay. So practice these things up to sets definitions. I started with defining a set and some types of sets in this. Important points are subset and power of a set, and we can also say proper subset are the important points. Please revise them and let us continue with the next video on this. Thank you.